Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Unless you are new, then I welcome you nonetheless. Now, as you can see, we're going to go over the early Cretaceous pack and update 1. But a little explanation on how come I didn't put up the trailer. Well, the big explanation for that is because I couldn't find it. And when I did, from Swerve's link in his description, it took me to the Xbox site, and then it said, oh, well, it's not here. So it seems like for them it was a misclick. Like they weren't supposed to show it off yet. But oh well, maybe they were, maybe they weren't. But anyways, let's get right into this. So, like I said already, we're going to be going over Update 1 in the Early Cretaceous pack, which will be coming in December 9th of next week, nonetheless. Which, when is December 9th? Thursday. Alright, well, let's get into it. Grab your free... Hello, park managers. Grab your ranger gear, because we're heading out on an archaeological dig. We're excited to announce the Early Cretaceous pack coming to Jurassic World Evolution 2 on December 9th. The Early Cretaceous pack adds 2 new land dinosaurs, 1 new flying reptile, and 1 new marine reptile to the game, all from the Early Cretaceous era. You'll be getting to know Kronosaurus, Minmi, so it isn't Mimi, it's Minmi. Sungarteris, I think that's how you say it, I'm not too sure, and Kronosaurus. A little bit better over the next week, but you can check out the species field guide for Kronosaurus in the video below, which we actually will.
One of the largest pliosaurs from the early Cretaceous period, the Kronosaurus's powerful limbs allow it to easily navigate its aquatic environment. Underwater agility paired with elongated, crushing jaws make it a fearsome predator.
Alright. If you find yourself in Hyde Park in London on the 8th and 9th on December, how they type this out, you can totally tell. And I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying, like, you could see Kronosaurus come to life over the Serpentine during the evening after sunset. Releasing alongside the Early Cretaceous pack is free Update 1. The Jurassic World Evolution 2 team has been hard at work making this world evolved even bigger than before. Update 1 will introduce more playable maps, more building sets, rock perch points for flying reptiles. Hey, that's what we needed too. That's what we needed most of all for flying reptiles. And several other quality of life changes and bug fixes. Read on to learn more. Alright, well, that's what we're doing. Ooh, DFW/JP building sets. Buildings and fences from the Department of Fish and Wildlife will be added in Sandbox Mode starting from December 9th. If you enjoyed the campaign mode and wanted to continue building using the DFW's building set, you'll be able to use them very, very soon. Update 1 includes a full set of DFW buildings from restrooms and lagoons. Oh, lagoons too. To hotels and viewing platforms. We're also releasing additional Jurassic Park themed buildings, specifically lagoons and aviaries. As you can see down there, but hold on, we'll get to that. So you can have marine and flying reptiles in your Jurassic Park era sandbox. Oh, we can't click on the image. I'm actually trying, guys. I think what I'll do when I edit this is that I'll try to I'll save the image and just make it bigger. But just look at that. That looks neat. I'm actually glad that they're bringing those cages back too. Not cages. No, not cages. The aviaries back. But I don't know how the lagoons will look. The only type of lagoon creature that we've actually seen is Tylosaurus from the Jurassic Park game, which not even Tylosaurus looks like that now in this type of game. Yes! 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 I'm so sorry! I started reading this in my head before I even read it out loud. I'm so sorry. But the reason why I'm so excited is because one of these maps I really wanted in Sandbox, and now we're getting it. We're getting it! Campaign Sandbox levels. After Update 1, you can use the 5 campaign maps in Sandbox Mode. Revisit the Arizona desert, the Washington State mountains. Who could care about those? The Pennsylvania airport. Who could care about that? The forests of Oregon. I could care a little. And the one I care the most, the Yosemite National Park in Sandbox, and create some amazing dinosaur parks or facilities, or even wildlife reserves if you want to. We can't wait to see what you build in these locations. Which map will you build on first? Yosemite! Oh gosh. Even though that in campaign episode 5, I had such a rough time with that, I loved the map though. I really loved it. It seemed like it, with all the dinosaurs there, it really did seem like it was back in time. Unless, like, if you took away the truck, it seemed like it was back in time. Anyways, moving on. Sorry for my enthusiasm and excitement. Flattened sandbox levels. Oh, okay. Do you prefer to start with a blank slate in Sandbox Mode? After Update 1, you can. When you start up Sandbox Mode, you will now have the option to start with a completely flat, treeless version of any map. You can then modify the map topography? Yeah, topography. And flora as you wish. What is topography? I'll probably have it like right here where the definition is. Is that like just topiary gardens or something? I don't know. Moving on. Rock perch points. Speaking of flying reptiles, which we weren't, but we're going to talk about them anyway, they can now perch on rocks placed inside an aviary. Thank you. Letting you and your guests appreciate their majesty when they rest between flights. Could have had them perched on the rocks already, but hey, at least it's an Update 1 and not like an Update 10. Could have waited like weeks for that. Balance changes. We've done a few changes to game balancing based on some of your feedback. The frequency of storms and disease outbreaks in Chaos Theory should be less frequent after this patch. Yes! Yes, they should. Although San Diego hasn't been that bad compared to Jurassic Park. Yes! Sorry if I screamed in your ears. But that's the truest thing. Chaos Theory in Jurassic Park was pure torture because you had it wasn't mainly the diseases for me. It was the storms I hated. I hated that so much. So with this, thank you. As should disease outbreaks in easy and medium difficulty challenge levels. Yeah. Because I've been doing them as easy for like baby steps, you know, before I move on to medium, which I'm probably going to have to do with some of the new dinosaurs too, so I'm going to have to move on to medium and do that. So, and hopefully this will actually help for me so I can try to get the Indoraptor. Yes, I have not gotten the Indoraptor yet. Don't judge me. Don't point and laugh at my misery. At least I got the Indominus Rex. That's something. I just need the Indoraptor. That and Carcharodontosaurus and after those, The rest would be herbivores, so that's all I need, really. Okay, where was I? Okay, we've also made some tweaks to the dominance stat, which should cut down on dinosaur fights, as well as decrease the likelihood of dinosaur fights causing injuries. Finally, we've rebalanced the combat stats of dinosaurs that can be involved in group hunts. Okay. Accessibility additions. Update 1 also comes with several accessibility additions. We've added in different subtle colors for each speaker, an adjustable autosave frequency, and the game can be paused during cutscene. That's interesting. The DLC in Free Update 1 will release on December 9th at 1400 GMT. I don't know, Grand Military Time or something like that? I don't know. Or at the following times in the time zones listed below. So if you're in the CTE, which I don't know what that means, it will unlock at the 1500. It will lock at 1500. If you're in the EST, Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock, and this is more likely at AM, not PM. If you're in Pacific Standard Time, 6 o'clock. But if you're on AET, which I think is like Australia's time, it'll be 1 o'clock AM on December 10th. So, yeah. So Australia, I think that's Australia. If it's not, I'll put something here like, that's not Australia, but if it is, then I won't put anything there. Or probably I'll just put, it is. And then, oh gosh. Moving on. We hope you're looking forward to all these new changes and additions. Update 1 will come in various other tweaks and bug fixes, and the full list of patch notes will be released on launch December 9th. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to keep an eye out on our socials for more information and screenshots about the dinosaurs and reptiles from the early Cretaceous pack. And you can follow them on any of these or even join their discussions on their forums. So yeah. What do I think about this update and this Cretaceous pack? Well, I think I already said what I needed to say in Prehistoric Kingdom, which that will be uploaded before this, because that makes sense now. But for this update, it's going to make things a lot better for people who play the game, especially with more sandbox maps. Yosemite is probably going to join with Germany being so large. Or not, it could just be a medium map too. I'm actually glad that many of the maps that we got to play in the campaign are actually going to come into Sandbox, even though some of them I won't really care for. I'm just glad that they're coming in the game anyway. It gives us like new stuff to do. Then just go back to the maps and that we have already and just keep reusing those all the time. And yeah. So I think with all that said, I will have to bid you all adieu. So before you go, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Adieu.